Here's what to do if your professor asks you to show all of your work for a problem like this. Before we begin, make sure that you can solve these problems on your own. So, if you need a refresher, watch the earlier videos from the playlist. I'd also highly recommend watching this video because the ideas from this one build on the ideas from this one. Ready? Okay. What are the 3 steps for integration by partial fractions? The 3 steps are factor, decompose, integrate. Say it with me. Factor, decompose, integrate. One more time. Factor, decompose, integrate. So how do we factor? How do we factor this? Well, we need 2 numbers that add to -2 and multiply to -8. What are those 2 numbers? Okay, so I'm going to copy this real quick. What are those 2 numbers? They are -4 and +2. Okay. How do we decompose? What equation do we need to write that has a, b, and this fraction? It needs to look like this. Actually, I'll give you a second to pause the video and figure out what the equation should be. Okay, what did you get? So this needs to be on the right-hand side. Right-hand side of the equation. What goes on the left-hand side? So A and B go on top. What goes here and here? So x minus 4 goes here, and x plus 2 goes here. Okay. With decomposition, with partial fraction decomposition, what are the 2 steps? The 2 steps are add the fractions and then cover up method. We'll try this. If this doesn't work, you may have to use a system of equations. But that's for another video. You don't have to worry about it today. Okay. So how do we add these? By the way, whatever I write on this sheet of paper, you don't have to write down when showing your work. I'm just doing it to elaborate on a few things. Okay, so to add these, I'm going to copy it real quick over here. So, what are the steps to adding these? Bottom, top. So get the bottoms to match. That's the first step. Okay, what goes here? I multiplied by x plus 2 on the bottom. So we need to multiply by x plus 2 on the top. I'll give you a second to pause the video and figure out what goes here. So we multiplied by x minus 4 on the bottom. So we need to multiply by x minus 4 on the top. Okay, so we got the bottoms to match. The next step is to add the tops. And then we keep the common denominator. Okay, say it with me. Bottom, top. Bottom, top. Okay. So this is the same thing as this. If this is equal to this, which is equal to this. So I'm going to change this to this. Okay, so that's how to add fractions. Okay. So this is also equal to 5x minus 1 over x minus 4 times x plus 2. Yeah, so the only thing that changed from here to here is that we added the fractions. Okay. Since this is equal to this also has to be equal to this, if we look at it over here. So, we've got this. All right. How do we apply the cover-up method to figure out A and B? Well, we've reduced this problem into asking, what do A and B need to be, such that regardless of whatever I plug in for x into this equation, it'll always be true. We can plug in whatever, so let's be strategic about what we plug in. I'm going to plug in -2 so that this turns into 0. Why? Okay, well let's plug it in and find out. Okay, so this turned into 0. Why is that a good thing? Because this turns into 0, and we're left with a much simpler, this is -10 minus 1. We're left with a much simpler equation than before. Okay. So we turned this into 0 to figure out B. What should we turn to 0 in this equation to figure out A? We should turn this into 0. So if this is 0, what does x have to be? X has to be equal to 4. I'll give you a second to pause the video and figure out what A is on your own. Okay, what did you get? So we're plugging in 4. 4. 5 times 4 minus 1. This turns into 0, so we're left with 6 times A. 6A is equal to 19. So A is equal to 19 over 6. Okay, I'm going to get another sheet of paper. Alright, so to summarize, what were the 2 steps for decomposition again? Add the fractions, cover-up method. Add the fractions, cover-up method. Add fractions, cover up. Add fractions, cover up. Okay, so we know that A is 19 over 6, and B is 11 over 6. Okay, so let's go ahead and change this equation. Okay. Now, why did we decompose this fraction. We broke this fraction into two simpler fractions. Now we're ready to break this integral into two simpler integrals. Okay, so this integral is going to be broken down into two simpler integrals. And we're going to use this equation. Okay. This is the same thing as 19/6 times the integral of 1/x minus 4 with respect to x. What should go here? (11/6) times the integral of 1/x plus 2 with respect to x. Okay. So what should I put over here? What's the antiderivative of 1/x minus 4? It's natural log of absolute value of x minus 4 plus c. But we'll save the plus c for later. Since we multiplied this by 19/6, we need to multiply this by 19/6 as well. Okay. I'll give you a second to pause the video and figure out what goes here. You should have gotten 11/6 times natural log of absolute value of x plus 2. Is this the final answer? No. We need to include a plus c at the end. Okay. So, to summarize, what were the 3 steps again for integration by partial fractions? Factor, decompose, integrate. Factor, decompose, integrate. Say it with me. Factor, decompose, integrate. Summarize what we did here. Add fractions, cover up. Add fractions, cover up. Say it with me. Add fractions, cover up. Summarize how we added the fractions. we got the bottoms to match. Then we added the tops. Bottom, top, bottom, top. Okay, one more time. Factor, decompose, integrate. Factor, decompose, integrate.